Pantone has 2 to 20 artists using prompts to quickly make famous characters using only color swatches. Cryptozoic Entertainment provided this in exchange for an honest review. The first thing to do is set up the tray. Each of the 15 slots has 4 matching copies of a swatch. You'll use the tray when playing this. Each player receives 4 character cards, chooses 3, and returns 1 to the box. You will be making these characters, so make sure you know them and keep the limitations, which I'll soon explain, in mind. Get a timer, set it for 60 seconds, and start the first round. You've 1 minute to use those color swatches to depict one of your characters. Don't give hints. After you're finished or the timer's up, each player, beginning with the one to your left, has 5 seconds to guess the person or character you made. If nobody guessed, provide the first clue on the card and repeat the guessing step. If nobody guessed, repeat the clue steps until someone guesses or everybody has failed. On a correct guess, both artist and guesser get the point shown on the card depending on how many clues were given. Put the swatches back in the tray, pass the tray to the next person, and start the second round. Simple, eh? Well, things get harder quickly. In the first round, you can use all 60 swatches if you want. In the second round, you can only use 1 of each swatch color. Everything else is the same as round 1. In the third round, you can only use 3 cards total, although you can repeat colors. As you can imagine, people will be making some really abstract art. The game ends after each player has been the artist 3 times. The highest point score wins. Rush to create characters using only simple color swatch cards and guess the characters that others create. That's Pantone. As long as the artist has an area the size of a placemat, you can play Pantone. Guessers don't have anything in front of them aside from a few cards, and everything is returned to the tray at the end of a turn. Because you use a timer, game length depends on the number of players. Expect around 2 minutes per round per player. If the kids read comics, watch TV and movies, and play video games, they'll not only be at a level to handle the reading and math here, but they'll also know most of the cards. In our second game of Pantone, Mom was really confident about her card. She was ha-haing the whole time she was making it. When it was our turn to guess, I cannot remember what I said, but there is what looked like an older guy, a small thing that looked like it had an orange face, and some colors above him in the sky. Dad guessed Willy Wonka. Mom went to give a clue, and she was like, "Oh no. No. Then started laughing so hard. She was like, "Oh, well." She said the clue, Newton. Yep. She confused Michelangelo the Ninja Turtle for Michelangelo the artist. We all started laughing. Let that be a lesson to everyone. Look at the entire card, not just the name at the top. Pantone is fast and simple to learn/teach/play. The tray makes the box too big to throw into a purse, but it'll fit in most backpacks. Speaking of the tray, it is amazing. You can easily grab swatches while playing, and it makes setup and takedown a snap. I see that Cryptozoic has just released an expansion with some new characters. This is great because this game could support a ton of new cards. I want to see the Ruby characters in here, wrestlers, and anything else we can imagine. The cards are flimsy and too easy to bend. My dad said he wants to try sleeving a few, but he's worried about them being too hard to get out of the tray or sliding around when making the characters. At the same time, I can't see these cards lasting for a super long time. I didn't try the 2-player game because, first, why? Second, only the guesser gets points. It's kind of gutless to do this, but why make something that they'll guess? In other words, why give them points? But then the other player will do the same. It sounds boring at best and awful at worst. I wonder about a variant that works with a shared point pool. Did the guesser guess quickly? The artist gets, I don't know, 3 points and the guesser gets 1 point? It encourages the artist to do a good job. I'd still prefer to play about 1,000 other games though. There are team rules that would probably be fun with large groups. and a few little rule variants to make this trickier if you prefer. I quite like Pantone. You have to be creative to make your characters and be able to quickly break them down to their colors. You're trying to figure things out while the artist is working on their character, so there isn't really any downtime. If you like silly party games that you can enjoy with mixed skill levels, this could be a perfect fit. You don't need to know who Finn is to be able to make the Adventure Time character. Grandma made a shark Finn. As with any party game, and especially ones that require creativity, there are going to be people who hate this. Hopefully, I've helped you decide if it's the right fit for you and your family/group.